Howdy, it's Waits here from the NBA TopShot Hour YouTube podcast. What's happening? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're making a bit of money, making some friends, enjoying this space. I certainly am. When I can get amongst it, I haven't been able to for about a week or so now, other than just doing this bit of audio for you guys, trying to explain a couple of things, rambling. It's been fun. So, big deal. NBA Top Shot marketplace has cracked 10 mil, just over just over 10 million. It puts it now at the second all-time highest, catching up to its own project way back. I'm not sure, a few years now. CryptoKitties, which is what put Dapper Labs on the map. Which, if it wasn't for that, maybe would none of us would be here in terms of investing in this NBA Top Shot project. So very interesting bit of history. Look it up. Last 24 hours, 1.9 mil. It's left everything in its shadows and then some. The nearest project is 67,000. Um, yeah, sad face. So, loving this Crypto Slam top 15 uh, traded, sold collectibles in the last 24 hours. And you guys can see, pretty big deal. Another record broken. Literally, it's like a new record every single day. So Pranksy sold LeBron LeDunk number 23 for $47,500. Happy face. And you can see there, James Harden from the top, 18.8. A few crypto punks in there. RJ Barrett, Holo, number one, traded hands for 15 grand. I believe he's the only rookie in season one who's got the trifecta: rookie, first play, debut game, all that sort of stuff, which probably is why he went for 15 grand. Dame Lillard Cosmic appears a couple of times, number 44 for 10,000, and number 2 for 9.2. Certainly it beats my last sale price of 800 bucks. I sold accidentally. That's my excuse. Not long ago, actually, a couple of weeks back, it was listed for ages, for about $800. And I think Barrow Kid, who sold his account not that long ago, he snapped it up for 800 bucks. Wish I could go back. Not really, I don't care. Because we've had some success too. I sold, I purchased actually this probably around the same time, so it sort of worked out okay. I got the BAM Holo for, let's have a look, it was under 1,000. It wasn't that long ago. If my internet would work. So that was, yeah, 600 bucks. It's not bad on the 6th of January. And someone picked it up today for 3.5. So reasonable day of sales, maybe 10 grand today. And I don't have much listed for the reasons I've talked about before. It's too dangerous too dangerous to list stuff in this sort of market. Now, this was listed for about $1,300 for ages again. I thought, if you could flip it for double its value, sorry, double what I paid for it, it's a pretty good day. So I thought you know, stuff it. I'll just put a stupid price on there, put a crazy price on there. If it gets there, I'll be pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. So with that 3.5 grand, I can show you guys what I picked up. Very happy about this. There it is. So we were very lucky to get this bad boy. James Harden from the top. It's the assist, not the other one. Number 7 for 3.5 grand. So what became, what came from a $600 purchase? There it is. Has turned into this. I'm pretty happy. pretty happy about it in 2 weeks' time. Obviously, the market's, you guys know what the market's done. So it's not a lot of skill in there from me, to be honest. I'm just sort of right place at the right time. There's 8 of these available now for sale. And I quite like him. He's done well, so there's not too many. Low is 2700, and that's number 56. So 7 will do okay. I think I'll eventually part ways with that for over 10 grand. Might take a little bit, but I've said that literally every single video. And to our surprise, it's sold, for 10x or whatever it's been in a couple of days. It shouldn't be surprised now. You can see it's making headlines, the project, everywhere. So more and more people are coming in. You can see on Twitter, other places. It's quite funny. I'm having a bit of fun with it. I hope they don't take it too to heart. But there's been a number of people I probably for the last 3 or 4 months reached out to and said, we've got this pretty cool thing happening here. You guys should come around. And I don't think I got any response. The guys from the breaks or whoever they are, a couple of the bloggers, in our space, not a single response, nothing. How tables have turned, my friends. Now they're scrambling. I saw one today asking for bulk deals. You can have mine for $500,000 if you want. I'll give you a discount. And the other guys are jumping, the breakers, whoever they are, they're jumping into the space. Well, guess what? We already have our own boys, so no, there's plenty of room for everyone. I'm just kidding. Anyway, don't mean to sound negative. So yeah, everyone's welcome. I'm just being a little bit cheeky. Anyway, so as usual, there is no show notes, prepare. I'm not prepared. Just thought I'd turn the mic on and speak and deliver some horrible audio as usual. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. With the whole audio thing, we've ordered some stuff. Luke, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I should know by now. He's one of our mods. He is the host of. Is it the first mint? I've listened to it a couple of times. I've got to go back and I've got to go and listen to the last one. He sent me a link to some of the equipment. It was only like $50, so I've got that on order, and hopefully you guys can protect your precious ears. I do apologize. I did listen to the last one in the car, and I can see what you guys mean. You got to turn it up to max, and then when it stops, or that video from the game starts playing, or the video starts playing, and apologies. I'm not paying for your medical bills. So I thought about making a video just about a few mistakes that I've made in this last 6 months. It's tough because what the market has done, it's masked over some of the mistakes. So I don't know if they're mistakes or not, but I thought one was going to be a mistake for sure, just because the amount of money I put in there wasn't actually quite a lot, but these early adopter sets, and some of you guys know, we have some history. I don't know if any of the OGs listen to this. I highly doubt it. But the early adopter sets, they were on sale for a long time. Basically like the base set now. When they ran out, they Dapper minted more. They ran out, they minted more. So I was hoping because I collected this quite a bit, being the cheap guy, that's what I focused on. I probably could have purchased a few cosmics, at the lower end. Cosmics around that time were anywhere between sort of 200 to about 800, pretty for a decent one. So I probably could have purchased a few of them, maybe up to 5, which now might be worth, who knows, 20 to 30 grand. Probably even less than that, to be honest, because these early adopter packs were $9. and you got one early adopter moment and two base cards. But obviously back then, when these were on sale, those base moments are worth a ton of money. So those are some of the ones, like LeBron James now, which sells for a lot of like 3 grand. So I'm sure, I hit some of those, but subsequently they've been sold as well. So I thought the other day, I thought, oh man, that was, mind you, to my defense, my goal was 3 years. I thought, like once there's mass adoption, I'm sure people will want some of these early adopter sets because it's sentimental value, that sort of stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I thought my goal was $200, 250, sorry, per set. If I could get that, that'd be pretty good. They've been trading for a long time. Um, look, between like $5 to about $11 max per moment. And I think there's about, let's call it 10. I'm not too sure. There is no reward for these. It's just what it is. And they were supposed to be special. Like they were there to signify you're an early adopter. You were there, you collected it, and all that sort of fun stuff. So I thought that was my play. That was one of my plays anyway. I thought 250, that'd be pretty sweet. Because you'll see how many I put together of these sets. So it'll start to sort of click a little bit why even at 250 making great money because everything in those sets now, or even in the last 3 4 weeks, was still worth a little bit of money because we only paid $9 from. I haven't really been checking. I don't check the market, to be honest with you guys, much outside the base set. That's what I've been focusing on and collecting. Everything else that I've got, I'm not sort of buying, selling, because I just wanted that leverage plays with a little bit of money that I had hanging around, a couple of grand here and there. So if we go to the early adopter set and sort it by highest value, so it's done reasonably okay. 110, 105, 100, 99, and so forth. So if you add it up, what does that add up to? 105, 89, 80, 75, 52, 38, 35, and 35. Can't be right. That's it came to $1,600. That's not right. One of the 100 was 1,000. So if we sum it all up, $708. Wow. It's funny because one of the other collectors that him and I were chasing each other and having a bit of fun with it was Greek Freak, and I think he put together the same amount as me. There was a few other ones that did like 10 maybe, just almost a bit of a joke in the early days. But him and I sort of chased each other. He's at a different level. He's got, I think, a full set of cosmics and all this sort of stuff. For me, this was sort of the main game, but for him it was just a bit of a joke. So we were just having a bit of fun on Twitter yesterday, and I said to him, my price target has been renewed to 750 for the set by next Friday. Again, just being a bit cheeky, joking about it. I didn't expect this to be 708 within a day. And this is the sort of market we're in. It's not a bull market. It's a bullshit market. No. I'll explain why that's the case. You've got not mass adoption, not even close. You've got early stage adopters, guys having a bit of a sticky beak. Um, Most of you are what you call early adopters. Um, so yeah, so I'll show you how many I put together. Yep, 50. So it sort of paid off. It's about 35 to well, at floor levels, it's about 35 grand now by the sounds of it. 708 into 50 is 35,500. But obviously within that, there's a lot of low mints. So if you go to, what was the most expensive? Collins Sexton. So yeah, so it's sorted by low mints. There's 37, 51, 101. Let's see what they're actually trading for. Yeah, so 37 will be the lowest now available on the market. So that's sort of worked out okay. I think they'll keep going up too. So not 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 saying you guys go out and buy or anything along those lines. No way, because at $708, it's getting up there. Maybe look at some of the individual moments, but certainly for the whole set, where is it going to go? I think given its limited nature and what it is and all that sort of stuff, I think that angle has played out well because it is that early adopter set and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's come to fruition. People, people want to own it potentially because of that sentimental sort of value. You were there early and so forth. My target now is about 1,000. So if you can get there, that will be a very, very good investment because honestly, these didn't cost that cost. That didn't cost much at all. I bought some here and there with straight dapper credit just to finish it all off. Just got too bored in the end. But then most of it came from packs, and what you got from packs would now be just ridiculously valuable. So yeah, a couple of little plays have worked out, which has been great. But what do we do going forward? I have not had a look at the market today. It's like I said, it's 11:30. Came from work, had a game, and then back now doing this. I can see my account value has gone up again, the floor level. So I think a couple of videos ago, maybe even the last one, it was 160 grand floor, 175. Now it's about a 500. So yeah, like what the fuck. Um, so and for me, it's actually worth a bit more than that because I do when I the reason why it's popped so hard from that barely anything to something, it does. Most of my portfolio is base, and base took a long time to move. I did have a lot of it. I think about 7,500 moments, but that's what people. I think there was method to the madness. I collected the base because I saw value there when their mass adoption came around, or at least some sort of adoption. Because again, you've got what 13, 15, 3,000 of these moments, and you've got 25,000 players. I mean, you do the math. It's a very very simple game to make any financial gains in if that's what you want. Um, Jimmy Butler Cosmic couldn't give it away. So there's a lot of stuff in here. I don't even know what I have anymore, which is a great problem to have. So I'm not. It's not about showing off. It's just, when I got into this space, I was inspired by a couple of people. One of the main being Prank because he started with nothing. This account literally started with nothing almost, and yes, it had the benefit of being early, but there was a lot of work put into this. A lot of work, a lot of grinding. So, if I can inspire some of you guys and help you out, and you can see I've probably given away more stuff than most people in this space, and that's what I enjoy. I don't mind giving things away to people to help out and so forth. And yeah, it's much more fun doing it together than alone, let me tell you. Wouldn't be a project if it was of this success if we were doing it alone. Um, so yeah, you can see there's a lot of stuff here that's low mint. And there's one of my favorites. Actually, no, it's not that one. It's 223 of LeBron James. One of the base moments. So the 23, the closest I get to having 23. But there is a lot of base here that's under 100, and that was my focus. So I wanted to collect as much as I could base under 100, because if you guys see, and we broke intangible market website, the face of it works, but nothing else works. So hopefully Steve brings it back soon, because we can't live without it. It's like breakfast for us. I don't even eat breakfast. That's a terrible analogy. It's like water for us. Certainly like it's certainly not like sleep for us, because I don't think any of us sleep these days. So yeah, that's broken. But what I was saying there was that was the target. Put the set together under 100. Try to get as rare as possible. And I'm working on putting a couple little things there for base set together, which will hopefully be special. But for you guys, the ship may have sailed on season 1 base, because if we have a look, I'll leave that open, leave the TopShot Explorer open. If we have a quick look at the market base, Series 1, sort highest lowest, these numbers is getting, I'm like a broken record, literally. Every time I do this, these numbers are getting ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. These numbers are getting ridiculous. Square peg, round hole, you get the point. Oh, the other thing, actually, I did scroll through this a couple of seconds ago, because I was looking for one particular moment, and I'd spotted, like Rajon Rondo, $800. I think I got about 7 of him. Like, what the hell? So it must be one of these moments that's been held back. If you guys got this, think about maybe letting it go, or swapping it for something that has better value. Because I'm certain these will be, yeah, so look at this. If you scroll from 80 onwards, most of these are denoted minted, or the owner is minted, which means it's Dapper Labs holding it back to be distributed soon, hopefully. But you can see it's not a true reflection of the value of this moment. So think about, if you guys have some of these, if you don't need it for your base set completion, all sort of stuff. I mean, I have enough probably to complete 5 sets by now, and it quite good serial numbers, because that's been my aim. I'm not keeping this. I don't care if it means I don't have a set completed, because I'm not keeping it for $800. I might have to pay $2,000 for them 3 months from now, but I think I can get better value elsewhere. So we still don't know. I got 1363. There you go. You can see the TopShot account has literally like from about mid 366 onwards. No one else has. Look at that. So it's a supply demand. There is no supply. There is demand. What happens? And an average moment goes to $800. So for me, things like, this is what I'll do soon. If you want to pay me $800 for Rajon Rondo, go ahead, because I'm going to swing that. What would you rather own? Given what I've just said, would you own, Luka Doncic original base, 8 of those, or would you have Rajon Rondo? I'm not even going to check the Luca one because I'm pretty sure that's not held back. I think everything's out there on that one. Do your homework if that's been held back. Obviously, the supply is artificial to an extent, so just do your homework. Find another one that's all out, fully valued. You know, there's plenty here. I'd want any of these over him, and then swing that $800 value into something cheaper that you think is underpriced. So if you keep going down, there's plenty of these moments. Trey Young at $130. His other moment's still more than his original one. So there you go. His second one is 176. His original one is 130. Keep talking about that, but the penny will drop when they get branded. We might be wrong. The second one still might be worth more. It's a nice place, and maybe that has a little bit of value. Carries a bit more value. So that there's plenty of value down below. I think Jimmy Butler's trading pretty cheap. So that's his, yeah, $69. Cheap these days. Wow. $69. Let's keep going down. See, there's Paul Zinger's at 43. Pandemic P, $40. Mind you, now we're also getting into the space where 60 listings is nothing. So it's hard to gauge. It's not hard to gauge. It's just there's nothing there to buy these days. So it can be manipulated. Kevin Love, I think. Let me show you how many Kevin Love I own, and I'll tell you why I did it. Good old Kevin. Actually, if we go to sets, that will give us. So this is my Series 1 base set. It is completed. It's just I've got another account that I've got, like the LeBron OG base, a couple of them hiding, and Curry, and all the valuable ones that I've been trying to transfer them, but it's just so much to do. So 190 Kevin Love. So I've been buying him for a while for only one reason. I mean, I love him as a player and a person and all that sort of stuff. He's a pretty decent dude. But in particular, he's only got 1,500 moments in the entire season 1. So the other guys are, Nurk I own because I just like him. More of a collection for me than me trying to find value. Most of these guys, you can see there, the guys that are listening on Spotify, which if you ever do, I'll probably just dump like 40 episodes into one. This is all on YouTube. The ones I did put together purposefully were Kevin Love, and all these were purchased for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, and then I chased them up, just trying. Like I tried to get to 300 for Kevin Love, and there's no way. So he's minted to 1,500. So that'd be pretty cool. Victor, some of these are from that little video we did 2 or 3 days ago, where I sold what was it? Ja Morant metallic gold, which is probably worth $3 million right now. Actually keen to see what that is worth. It's going to be embarrassing to see this thing worth like 18,000 now. Please be worth like 2. What is this? That's my own stuff. God. It's only midnight. Come on. Mr. Morad. So 3,200. So my, estimate was about 2,500. That's what I had to outrun. Obviously the market, has done some stupid stuff, so it's to outrun us. But it'd be interesting to actually see where is it? Ja Morant sale. I'm not going to add these up now, but I think they've done pretty well. You know, Paul George went to 40, so that's a 5x on those. Depot went. What do we get? Oh, Depot average $2, $2.02. And what's he at now? So basically, you know, if these have outrun 3x, so you know he's out 5x. Porzingis is about 3, maybe a little bit more, $43. For what's that work out to be? 4x? No, that's not right. Some of these, yeah, call it 3. That's on par. Embiid. 68. I think that's his. That's the one we purchased. I don't know, but so that one, 1500. Oh, mate, hopefully it was 15. If it was this one, it's $84. So either way, so 68 into 18 is 3.7 times. So those are 3.7. What's Depot? Victor. He's played bloody well so far for Houston. $23. So those are up 11x. What else we got? Trey Young was about 130. So what's that? 130, divide that by that, 3.25x. Simmons is, I think, 2x. Booker wouldn't be much more than that, I don't think. Devin, so he's at 120 floor, 120 divided by 44, that's up 2.7. Lillard, doesn't really matter, but you get the point. Lillard, base. $195. Okay, so that's up nicely, and also that's up 3.2x, and this other one was for $89, but it was number 74. So, you know, there's a couple listed. Number 3 is listed for 1,000. That look mighty tempting. Number 5, they're the only two under 100. So we purchased 74. You can see there. The 74 for $89. Could we get 500 for that? I'm pretty sure we could. Let's call it 400 by that. That's 4.5x. And last but not least, James Harden OG. So that was a nice pickup, I thought, anyway. We'll come back to this in a month or two, see how it really went. It's hard to tell now. We picked this one up for $250, number 25. This is where I said originally it'd be hard to value because so you got number 8 for 8,000, number 9 for 2,000, and then 64 for 740, number 80 for 850. That's it. So, you know, if we listed 25 for $750, it would probably sell somewhat soon, which is 3x. So overall, we probably still outran even. So that's 3.2. I think we're still, when you add it all up, you know, Depot down here is alone times that. These guys are all, say, $40. So these are 45, 40, whatever. Same thing, really. So that 68. So these on average, it's the average 3.12. These 3.12. So if we take the total of that is 726 equals 726 times 3.12. That's underpriced greatly, I think. So let's tally it up. It'll come up down here. So those, and that. So it comes to 3.5, $3,500. That's not bad for a couple of days. We're just outrunning the Morant metallic gold, but let's be fair, you know, some of these bases, like number 74, it'd probably sell for more than $500-600. Same as James Harden. You just have to give it enough time. What I like about this too is you've got a little bit more flexibility. You could sell $1,000 worth and get into some packs that are coming up or whatever it is. But with Morant, might be a little bit harder to sell. I don't know. You know, maybe just drop it to what's going on Twitter. Drop it to 2.5, and there you go. It's done. You know, so liquidity is obviously also price based. You might have something like I just said. It's not selling at 3.2, but at 2.5 grand, everyone's gonna snap it up. All right. So where the hell do you find some value? I have no idea. No idea. So let's have a quick look at the marketplace. It takes a pretty penny to play in sort of season one now. I encourage you guys, if you can put something together. I mean, it's really is getting a little bit ridiculous with the prices. So if you can swing some stuff back, still see some upside down the bottom. One other thing too to look out for is, as an example, like you look at Victor Oladipo, and by the time you watch this video, these will be all purchased. So don't even bother, you cheeky bugger. But seriously, if you have a look at these individual moments, even though his floor is $23, the website is so slow. My goodness. Come on, buddy. So it's interesting, around sort of midnight to 1 o'clock is when the rest of the world wakes up, and the traffic really picks up. But so floor on Victor Oladipo, just the random moment pop that was up the top. If you look right at the top, they've all been purchased. So there was a whole bunch of less than 100 for like $35. They usually pranks pricing. That's how I know it. Let's test the theory out. But that's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to get at. That's what you can do. So let's do base series one. That's what you guys can do to get some value, because look, this takes a little bit of money, because we're not talking about $1 moments anymore. Yeah, so even I'm looking at Jimmy Butler. There's nothing in the, excuse me, just yawning. There's nothing in the top 100. So again, the floor might be 30, but then if you look at the top 100, you might get something for Mitchell Robinson. So, yeah, so these are pranks these prices. You can see there 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. He's got half the bloody market. Let's see if I'm right. I'm like 1,000,000% right. Watch. There you go. Break, 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 break. So yeah, you could buy his floor moment, which is like some 8-digit number now. That's still reasonable. Season 1 for $14, or you could spend a little bit more and get, number 38, because that's what's going to age well as well. Not just age well, but then that's where you got that liquidity where you've got the price. You can reduce the price to create liquidity, but also when you've got that combination of a good price, and a good mint number, that's desirable, So that's something that people will chase and do chase. So I'll probably buy out some of these. And that's what I've been looking. So me personally, with the little bit of money that I've got, I don't even know how much is in here. Yeah, that's actually reasonable, 2,500. So I'll go out and start looking at those, because if anyone wants to put a base set below 100 together, and this is where you're going to get that alpha returns. So you may not be able to afford to put the set together yourself, but if you own a few of these moments, well, people will come knocking at some point in time. Buy it for 30, relist it for 250. If you've got enough of those, you only need to get one sale to get another 8. But they won't last long. You might get a day or two out of this, and that's it. So, there's some of the things that you can look out for in Season 1. There's still cheap enough moments in Season 1. If you sort lowest to highest, just a little bit slow. Okay, so this is not reading correctly. So there is a glitch in the matrix. There's a lot of $1 moments showing up on the marketplace. They're not $1. None of these are $1. Just like Rui was $3 and still is for a while. Once you click on it, so I think the floor now is about $5. Let's see, Troy Brown and a couple other ones are $3. I doubt. The way it's glitched, you'll have one moment for that price, and then everything else is like $15, $10. So for Troy Brown, you've got serial number 810 for $3, and then the nearest one looks like about $20. Is it 19? 19. Yeah, about $19 is the actual floor of Troy Brown. But so $19. But you look at like number 55, you get a number 55 or 46 for $46. That's a pretty good deal to me, I think. I've been buying all of that, so hopefully it's a good deal. So that's your value alpha seeking for Season 1. I'm doing more yawning in this podcast than anything else. Soon enough, we're going to have to switch over to Season 2, because that's where there's a little bit of action. There's liquidity there as well, because it's getting printed like crazy, because there's demand. The more, and I've said this before, the more Season 2 gets printed, the more value you add to Season 1. So we're talking base here. I haven't looked at metallic gold. I think that's, that I'm jumping over a little bit. So finish off in Season 2. This is literally the first time I've looked at it for pretty much ever. I just have not done anything in Season 2, other than sell a few rookies here and there. I haven't bought anything. I sold a few rookies last night just to fund some of the $1 expedition. Bought a few hundred of those. But you can see here, so where then I would be looking for value in season 2 is rookies. We've said all along they're capped at 4,000. They'll have all the badges and trinkets and so forth, which will add value to all that. The next best one will be the capped ones. Like, look at Giannis there, 7,500. Completely different ball game, isn't it, from season 1? So LeBron, 7,500 as well. When it comes down to it, that's not a bad, that's not a bad run. 7,500. If you got 40, 50,000 players, where do you think those values are going to go? So season 1 will become, a museum piece type of thing. So, yeah, get in there. If you can't afford it, get into season 2. Because with season 2, the more people that we have on board, the more will get printed. But Dapper will do a good job managing that relationship, which ultimately creates value in these moments or holds value. If they stuff that up, well, season 2 will be valued less. That's the downside of it. It's not a big downside because it's not. I don't think it's a downside at all in this case because Dapper has all the levers that it needs to pull, and it knows at all times what's out there, how much is out there, what the demand is, how many players are in here, what the expected, what the marketing activity is, all that sort of stuff. They could see this social proof. Like I've been talking about it as well. I mean, they're probably at another level. I mean, I'm just talking rubbish. They probably have hard stats and data and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so we will start talking a bit more about season 2 because there's a bit of fun in here, especially the rookies. I love the rookies, and start picking up some value in season 2. Okay. I don't think there was anything too much left. I do have to do a draw. I keep getting messaged by one guy on Twitter. Sorry, buddy. I promised to do a draw. LeBron. It just reminded me now of this base one. When I promised to do the draw, it was $40. Now it's 140. So someone's going to get a nice little moment. But I think I was just going to check. So I'll do it. I'll do a separate video, probably not tonight because it's midnight now. By the time I finish, it'll probably be 2 o'clock. But I'll do another video maybe tomorrow, just drawing that moment. And it had something to do with if you retweeted and liked and subbed to the YouTube account, you went into the draw. So we'll keep doing a lot more of that. On that community side of things, there's a couple of people that reached out and they said, "Where do you hang out? Would love to connect, talk." That sounds pretty cool to me. That's why I enjoy the space. That's why I did this YouTube podcast thingy. So I will set up a Discord, and it'll be just invite only type thing. I don't want everyone there. I just want some of the guys that really want to add value to their collections and just bring something to the community as well. So it's not just about taking, it's quite the opposite. So stay tuned for that. I mean, I'm not out there to make money out of anyone. In fact, I'm probably the other way around. I've helped a lot of members just because I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing them do quite well, and I'll continue to do that. I've been sort of blessed with this, whatever this thing is. It's done quite well. It's up some like 300x. I don't even know. I haven't cashed out a single dollar, so I've got to start thinking about that now too. And yeah, I don't think there's any tax issues, but who the hell knows? Anyway, hope you guys found some value. The next one will be I've got to write a couple of things. Someone else has reached out. They want me to write a couple of things about TopShot and all that sort of stuff. So that'll be interesting. It's going to go into sort of like a magazine. That's pretty cool. And after that, I really want to do a challenge video because a few guys have again reached out and said, "Can you explain what this means? How did you figure out you needed all those moments for the curry challenge?" Um, yeah, so that we'll touch on that. It's just a bit of prep work using TopShot Explorer, because you can see ahead of time what the moments are required for those 2 or 3 or 4 rewards, but you just don't know which ones. So there might be 50 in the group or 45 for those 5 rewards, and as they announce a reward, you could tick it off, and then you go, well, now you've only got 18 left, so it's either going to be, in this case, Zeller or Curry. So literally, when they got announced last week, when Zeller got announced, all the prices went up and down, and people made a lot of money that day. So those same people were getting ready for this 2, 3 months ago, and it was just a guessing game. So, well, the further you go out, the more of a guessing game it is because you've got all the moments available. But some of those moments, like Evan Fournier, you probably could have got for $10, $15. Now I purchased one. It's for $750. Actually, I hope I bought it. Oh, it's probably trading less. But how do we get to? I don't even know how to get to the challenges. Somewhere in here. Oh, it's so slow. Collections. Active challenges. Oh my god, it is slow. First world problems, friends. That took forever to load. So there you go. So we are in line for the curry reward. Pretty exciting. Yeah, so I was ready for this too. I mean, I've been preparing for months, but I didn't put a lot of money into it. I just held. So that's why he's so valuable because he will be trading. Let's just have a look at where the metallic gold market's at in Series 1. That's wow. These prices. So Lebronsky is at 5,000. Thanks for the reminder, buddy. I had him, sold him for about 1,000. No regrets, because the money I made out of the packs and the base packs that I bought, man. So we'll do another video continuing on that $2,500 challenge, because I'm really keen to go through with you guys and just show you what came out of those like 130 pack base packs. Yeah. So this one too, looks like James Harden's been revalued very nicely. That was a reward, and that stayed like that $300-400 mark for a long time. And I got 4 of these in the reward. So for you guys that don't know, it's not official, but you're only supposed to do 1 reward per member, but technically you can do multiple challenges. Don't dob me in, but literally everyone, that's how everyone does it. You just set up multiple accounts, and yeah, keep it on the down low. Don't dob me in because I'll lose my volunteer job at the church. At the Church of Jesus, TopShot Christ. Alright, enough rambling for one night. Literally, I don't know if there's any value in that ramble. And probably a lot less value for the guys listening in the car. Half deaf from last video. Alright, guys. Good luck in the drop if it ever drops. Stay safe, and we'll catch up soon, friends. Bye.